Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my traveler's notebook. I will be using these beautiful die cuts and floral stamps sent to me by Spellbinders. They are so pretty. I can't wait for you guys to see how beautiful those floral stamps stamp out. They're just simply gorgeous. I will be documenting 3 photos from our trip to the Philippines and using my Philippines traveler's notebook. I went through my stash. I have a lot of larger scrap paper, and I'm determined to use as many as I can this week or for the next few weeks on my layouts. So I decided to use the whole sheet, even though it's not going to cover the whole spread. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to figure out a way how to make it work. I just pulled out more scrap paper, and I even pulled out that pink large 12 by 12 pattern paper, thinking that I would probably use those to bring in some color to my spread and kind of make this kind of look like a whole sheet of scrap paper, if that makes sense. I'm gonna end up actually using that strip, of stripe pattern paper with all the colors. This little move that I make, adding that little strip of color, really brought in a lot of color to my spread, and I just built literally from that strip of pattern paper. Now these 3 photos, as I said, are from our trip to the Philippines, and the story behind these 3 photos is the kids, my husband and I, decided to climb this mountain on one of the islands we stayed on. It had this beautiful view that we really wanted to check out. We had to climb 720 steps to get there, and my kids did it with ease. Now my husband and I struggled, but when we did get to the top, my kids were making fun of us, and they had the Rocky music and they were waiting for us at the top. It was really funny, really cute. And we took pictures at the top of the mountain, looking at the view with our hands up like Rocky. So I really wanted to document that in my traveler's notebook. Anyways, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out those flowers from the stamp set and the die cuts. Look how beautiful these flowers are. I was in awe. They're just gorgeous. So of course, I'm going to be using them on my spread. I grabbed the die cut, I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to add them to my spread. I do want to add them kind of like a layer, but I also want to use the other stamp set too, because there was like a buildable flower, and I really wanted to use the other one kind of to add it to the left side. I'm not sure at this point, but I know I want to use all the flowers that were sent to me because they're all so gorgeous. At this point, I added my doilies, and now I want to start layering my photos. So I'm going to grab my scrap paper as always, and I'm using that strip of pattern paper that I added to my spread as a guide to help me bring in more color to my layout. So I end up using oranges and yellows, and this is really going to help bring that color in, and also it's all going to match that pattern paper that I added to my spread. And I'm really happy with the color combo because I really didn't want it to end up being my favorite combo, the black and white with a hint of color. So just bringing in the yellow and the orange with the blue and the white just worked really well, and I'm so happy that I decided to add that strip of pattern paper. I really like how everything looks, so I'm going to go ahead and start sticking things down, but I'm not going to bore you to death and make you watch me stick down every single piece. So I'm going to edit this out, and we're going to jump to the fun part where I get to use my stamps again. Now I'm using the other stamp set that Spellbinder sent me. It is beautiful. It's literally a layered flower that's totally gorgeous, and I thought I would stamp every layer on a different pattern paper. That way I can bring in the colors from the right side to the left side, and I'm going to use some foam dots to even make my flower stand out more. And once I start stamping this out and put it together, I'm totally in love and really like how this flower looks. So I really want it to be the focal point of my spread, and it's going to end up being the focal point of my spread. So the stamp set also comes with the die cuts, which is perfect. So I use them to cut out my flowers. Now I don't have to fussy cut out anything myself. And I'm going to start layering this flower. Once I layer it, I add it to the center of my spread, and I don't like it in the center. I think it's too close to the busyness of the right side of my spread. I move it to the side, to the left side, and I really like it there. And I also love this tag that I found in my stash. It was black and white with a hint of yellow, which was perfect. It matched perfectly. It was great to back up my flower with the tag. I'm just going to add some twine to it and add it right behind my flower. I really like how it turns out. Now I'm going to be using the sentiment that came with the stamp set. It just said, "Let your light shine." And I'm going to start stamping it. I'm just going to stamp it on white cardstock. But once I start, I think to myself, I should heat emboss this. I rarely use my embossing powder, and I really wanted my sentiment to stand out. So I decide to use my archival ink. It worked out really well. I add some black powder, embossing powder. Then I'm going to heat emboss it. You guys gave me some really great tips last time about heat embossing and all that good stuff, and it actually worked really well. I love the outcome. There is a die cut for the sentiment, so I'm going to grab the die cut this out, and then add it right next to my flower and tag, and I love how it turned out. I'm even going to be adding some foam dots to make my sentiment stand out. I'm done sticking everything down, and now I get to do my favorite part, which is add embellishments to my spread. I'm going to end up adding a lot of puffy stickers to this one and a lot of word stickers. But one thing I love to do when I have multiple photos is kind of repeat myself. So if I'm sticking down this puffy sticker on one photo, I'm going to end up putting it on every single one. So when I'm looking through my embellishments, I try to make sure that I have more than one of that same puffy heart or word sticker or whatever the case is, because it really brings your spread together nicely and it makes the process so much easier. I just feel like it looks better when you kind of repeat the same layers and the same word stickers and the same embellishments and all that good stuff. While I was going through my embellishments, I found this sheet of phrases that worked really well with my photos, and the colors worked well. So I'm going to go ahead and add those to my layers. And then I'm going to finish up my spread by adding some crystal drops here and there. And I call my layout done. Don't forget, I add all the links for everything I used in my videos down below in the description box for you, and I will be adding all these beautiful stamps from Spellbinders to the description box if you want to grab yourself one of these stamps and die cuts. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!